Okay, explain again.
Like the wind. You only blow for a certain amount of time. You just gotta give her. It's simple as that. Gotta give her.
I don't understand. Never forever. What the hell is it about?
You never live forever, do you? You can't live forever.
No.
You gotta squeeze it all in now. All of it.
All of what?
Life. Ah.
Shines her face so easy to watch. Twisted reality you can't touch. You hear people talking, they don't say much, but still they grow every day. Still they complain every day, and they always pray. Don't feel ashamed. We used to play in the garden.
Well, Never Forever was a concept that came out, and basically what it means is that you don't get any practice runs in life. You only get one lap to make it good. And always it would seem that going away to a place, it's always at the start of it easier to kind of say no, or I should stay here and work, try and get some money. But actually when you just get off your ass and you go and do it, you end up having such an amazing experience. The money always seems to work out for some reason. And like, how do you put money on top of a priceless experience?
This little button is so hard to switch up. A piece of truth that you could touch. Shut them up, they have said enough. And it's getting worse every day. It's getting worse every day.
The reasons why I go kayaking in different places, there's probably for two reasons. I enjoy the kayaking through the thrills of having the movement of white water and the excitement of taking on new challenges, but almost as much I enjoy the travel and going to see new places and meeting people. It's probably a unique way to see a place when you go travelling with a kayak. If you went to a place as an ordinary tourist, then you might not get to see the things that you do with a kayak. Some of the drive-ins can be exciting in their own right, but just to be there on the river in the most amazing places is a fantastic thrill for me, and that's probably the largest reason why I go travelling with kayaks.
Homegrown bands will fight our enemies and free our minds. And we never stood still. No, we never stood still. No, we never stood still. No, we never stood still. 'Cause we never stood still. No, we never stood still. No, we never stood still.
Okay, so 2 years ago, I went kayaking in Switzerland with Dave and Simon, and managed to break my back kayaking down a slide, hitting a rock. Beautiful morning in Switzerland, and I ended up really hurting myself, broke my T7 vertebrae. So I was out ahead of kayaking for a long time. I was in a back brace, couldn't do any exercise, couldn't kayak, so I had a long time to think. And after that year, I decided, I was going to do quite a lot of boating. So my season started off in Corsica. Spent 1 month in Corsica. Then we headed to Iran. We did our second descent of a river called the Bakhtiari, the Iran-Iraq border. An amazing Grand Canyon-like river, beautiful, beautiful place that very few Westerners have ever seen. We had some great adventures there. Then I went off to British Columbia, spent a month cruising around British Columbia, creeking. But it was all more or less a warm-up for the Blue Nile in Ethiopia. We did the source of the Blue Nile in Ethiopia, and I think we'll be right in saying that it was the first people to go in high water during the rainy season, when the whole Ethiopian plateau drains into the Blue Nile. So that was quite an adventure. We spent 2 weeks on the river. We had malaria, there was crocs, hippos, we had quite a rough time, but it was an amazing trip, an experience of a lifetime. And we did it, we succeeded. We kayaked the Blue Nile, the northern gorge of the Blue Nile, in high water.
Well, it's a rich man's world, and I'm just a little fish, but I keep swimming against the current, trying never to get pissed. Well, it's a rich man's world, and sometimes even my mom tells me that it counts. So I call the money guy and tell my friends to say.
The day on the Merck del Salva, the 3 slides, the water was quite high, but I looked at the lines and I was quite happy to run it. I came down the second slide and I ended up on the wrong side of the river somehow, so I was unable to look at the third slide. I'd seen it from the top and it looked like it was okay to go. Yeah, so once I was in the eddy, I had 2 choices. I could sit in the eddy and spin round and cry, or I could go for the slide. So that's what I did. Hit the slide on the right line, ended up in the hole in the bottom. Didn't have enough speed to come through, and later after I swam, looking at it, I didn't think that there was any way to get through, so it would have been nice to hit the bottom first. When I was in the hole, it was going through my mind that I was the first person down there and there was no other way for anyone else to get down other than to paddle it, so I was pretty much on my own. So I was just hoping that once I did exit the boat, I'd come out the hole.
You might be personal agony that turns out in confusion. So would you bring me back to the source where a smile is honest and not performed by angry force? Where stuck and lost and found, and anyone drops by to get you out. And this wonderland turns out to be a playground where the rabbit hole leads you straight into ghost towns. Better watch out, 'cause what you do might have consequences that crash over you, and in the end it's nothing special. You're suddenly in this place. Feel free to open every door you can to see. There ain't no mouse that lives in that, so would you please stop talking shit about that, 'cause it is a soul trap. Stop talking shit about that, 'cause it is a soul trap. should buy that 'cause it is a soul train.
We stood and we looked at this drop called Nosebreaker because it broke a gentleman's nose before when he hit it off the rim of his boat, off the cockpit rim, and there was very tricky entry onto it in terms of the way you would have to look at the water and the way you would have to drive and manipulate the boat going through there. So, of course, what I thought would be better was to catch the eddy on the way in. So I could drive the boat over to the left-hand side where I needed to be and I wouldn't get beaten in the hole. And that's pretty much what I did.
Why do I kayak? For the adventure, for the people, and for the places. You go to the most amazing places with the most amazing people, and you see the world, part of the world that you never ever see. So the Iran trip was an example, Ethiopia, and I've just been blessed by the experience I've had. I love it.